Welcome to Yetibilt Crawlers. Been wanting on YouTube for a long time. Just never knew how to go about it. But with quite a big push from Mr. 24 Yep himself, we're locked in now. Today's video is a little wild. Definitely not how I really wanted to start things off with this channel, but that's what we're gonna do. So this truck today was supposed to go out to 24 Yep quite some time ago, so he could test it and run it. And I was talking to Nacho the other day. He told me to hold up. He's got something good for me. So I kind of had an idea, but didn't expect it to show up at my doorstep, but it's here. This truck, which is a Nacho Supreme, it's the Angry Squirrel collab, is gonna go pro. So we're gonna do a little time-lapse video showing the new chassis, how everything works, and or I should say a little build breakdown. Show my rough setup, and I'm sure we'll need a little bit of tuning before it goes out to 24 Yep, but we're gonna see what this thing looks like. So this is the truck. And it makes my OCD happy with how everything matches so perfectly. But quick little overview. Look our racing axles, brass front, plastic rear. I mean, all the brass in the front. Deluxe fab knuckles, brass RC steering linkages. It's the Mofo Black Label 2.0 brass servo. We got Next Racing shocks. We got reservoirs up the front, non-reservoirs in the rear. Try to keep the weight down as much as possible in the rear. Big Kid Tiny Truck motor. One of my Icebox ESCs. Fly Sky GT5. I think right now it's at 163 or 165 millimeters. It's a dead 90 setup. So if you guys don't know, that's deadbolt front, 90 millimeter rears. She's pretty long. Other than that, we got your good old rock bumps. Of course, Banff tire inserts, my boys. All I run. If you don't have Banff inserts, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, whether you got a light truck, heavy truck, they just kill. From here, we're gonna dig into this chassis, see what this Pro looks like. I took out of the box a little bit, kind of have a rough idea of what I'm looking at. I only really seen pictures plus a little bit of the sneak peek that I got. All right, let's get into this. See what we got in here. As always, Nacho's packaging is just top tier. So we got colored carbon. I know he did mention that there's a possibility of forged carbon as well as other colored carbons. I'm not sure what he's all going to offer. This is gorgeous. Love this. What else we got? Super excited to see this transmission. There we go. You know, he did say, he sent me a couple little teaser pictures that the trans mounts that go to the rails to house the floating trans, he's going to produce them in billet as well. This is sick. I'm loving this. We got our skid, got our battery mount, or battery tray, I should say. Now I know he did tell me also he's been changing his filaments. He's gone to a different type of carbon, and these are just gorgeous. I mean, absolutely flawless. That's what we got, boys. Let's dig into this build, rip this thing down, and this will be a quick time lapse. I'm just gonna record myself just slapping this thing together, and we'll cut back to it when she's fully assembled. Let's do it. All right, and there she is, all torn down. I will say, it kind of pains me to split these, or should I split this chassis in links up, but it's for the cause. Plus, I planned on, once he does drop the Pro, I'm gonna pick up a forged carbon to swap out. That way, this old girl can go back to these links. All right. Let's slap the Pro on and see how this looks. There it is, boys. The Pro is assembled. Can't get over how easy that was. I mean, this thing just fell together. The floating trans, I feel like that makes swapping motors and drives it out so much more simple. Just pull these two bolts out, whole assembly comes out with these. Solid 10 out of 10 for this thing to fall together like that. As far as the shock mounts, I mean, I don't care what shock length you're running, what wheelbase you're running. I mean, this thing has shock mounts for days versus the old one, you really only had that flat rail. Going from there, for how low and flat this chassis is, I mean, when you with a battery installed, it disappears. So if you wanted to run a full interior and still have a full combi build, I mean, you're not getting any better than that. If you compare it to the regular Supreme, so if I can get these side by side. I mean, that's just wild. Saves you from having to cut the whole floor out and have the motor and the spur gear stick up way up, you know, into your interior and having to hide it with a cooler or something like that. But yeah, this thing is incredible. From there, other things I found that were really nice, the sliders. He put a small little tab. I know this is a really minimal thing, but I always struggle with this. The sliders have a little tab that goes over the frame rail. So when you're tightening the slider on to the frame, I always had this thing spinning around and around and around on the first bolt before you got the second one in. And it's just frustrating. But this one, once you get that first bolt in, this thing just locks in. Second one goes in with ease. I know he's going to mention it, but just, you know, since we have the video here going, the little bumps on the trans mount always face up. That way you know which side is which side. Super easy. But besides that, this thing's dialed. I mean, just got to shorten my center shaft. Once I do that, I think I'm going to do a new body for it. That way she's all super fresh. I'm actually kind of digging the way this all looks together. Maybe they'll end up staying like this. I think that's all from me, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay wild.